Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and in just a little while we're going to start having services. But as you go to church today, remember, church is not about people. Forgive me. Church is not about the preacher. Church is about you and Jesus. Church is about people gathering together and having one focus, and that is to worship God and to serve God. So please, keep your eyes on Jesus today. Our passage comes from John chapter 6, the feeding of the 5,000. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, where do you start to talk about a story that is so big? It starts with Jesus asking a question to Philip, to test him. So we remember that the tests of God are not sickness, disease, poverty, and pain. The tests of God are like with Abraham. It's a command to go do something. It's a question that opens up your heart. God doesn't test us with sin. And then one of the disciples says, we have a little boy here who has a few fish and a few loaves. And Jesus took them and multiplied. And I sit back and I think about that beautiful building on Taft Avenue, beautiful house of God, an altar for God in the earth that was built, not with the money of a few rich people, not with the money of foreign support, but with the fishes and the loaves of simple people like me and you. And when we sit back and we look at how the building was finished and paid off and debt-free, to this day I can't explain to you how it all happened. But I can tell you this: when you and I give all we have, even though it may look little, in God's hand, He begins to multiply it, and He begins to meet the need. Never despise your gift. Never despise the seed you sow and think, it's so small. When you give your best, when you give all that you have, and you place it in His hands, He multiplies it and does incredible, incredible things with it. And then the story goes on about even in a time of abundance, we don't waste. He had the disciples pick up all the leftovers afterwards. He never provides just enough. He always provides with an abundance left over. But He says, now be a good steward and don't waste. This is an absolutely incredibly rich story. But I want to come back and again focus on your seed. Brothers and sisters, as we get ready to start building South Campus and purchase and build East Campus, these are huge projects again. I don't ever want you to worry about pressure, because it's never about pressure. It's about prayer. You come to Him and ask Him for seed to sow. And when He gives you seed, the seed doesn't look very big. But as we take our few fishes and our few loaves and we place them in the Master's hands, we will do great things for God together.